far. I am out for my daily walk, and it's absolutely gorgeous out here today. A little bit chilly, but the sun is out, and that always makes things a lot better. And what I wanted to talk about today was actually something that I saw on a Facebook post from somebody I follow, a fellow by the name of Parker J. Palmer, who has some incredible poetry. So you really need to go check it out. He's got some very profound and beautiful poetry that he shares on his page, and I really quite enjoy it. And why I bring that up is because he had a post today, and so I'm a little bit out of breath because I'm trying to walk briskly. But what he talked about with this concept or idea of seeing softly, and I was intrigued by that. So I was reading his post, and that is such a great idea because it just reminded me that as people, human beings, and in particular leaders, because I work with leaders a lot, is how we see without seeing. And this concept of seeing softly is the ability to, rather than just see what is clearly right in front of us, again, if we have that ability to see, but to see beyond that by softening our view, softening our gaze. And so I really loved that notion of seeing softly. What else might there be in what we're seeing if we're interacting with another person other than what's there presenting on the surface? And I find that really ties into another thing that I'm just actually working on today, which is about that cycle of expending energy and then renewing and resting. And I just wanted to acknowledge my colleague Jeff Grant, who brought to my attention the book The Powerful Engagement, and also through Rick Tamlin. Amazing book. I'm just sort of getting into it now, but each chapter has so much insight and food for thought. So I'm spending a lot of time just reflecting on what's in the book. So really appreciating it. And just last night I was reading about that sort of what they call the oscillation process of how our energy needs to be in rhythm in terms of when we expend energy, but then ensuring that we rest and renew to restore ourselves. Because if we don't, like a high performance athlete, if you overtrain, you can actually cause injury and even cause more harm to yourself. And it's the same thing that happens to all of us. If we are constantly going flat out 24/7, and we don't give ourselves that opportunity to rest, then we end up with sometimes some very dire consequences like death. There's actually a word for it in Japanese. I think it's karoshi, which is death from overwork. And so we really need to be mindful of creating space for rest and renewal. And that's exactly what I'm doing today. So I've had 2 days so far this week of full days of work. And aside from just the usual sort of breaks in between, haven't really given myself that opportunity to fully get some downtime. And so I decided today, because I had a fairly open schedule, that I would take advantage of that space in my schedule to be able to really take some downtime. And a couple of things that I did differently this morning is that, one, as I went out for my walk, I would normally plug in my earbuds and start listening to something. And I decided, you know what, I'm actually going to walk in silence and just really appreciate the sounds around me, and experiment with this thing called seeing softly. What is it that I see around me? Not just, a mom and a child, but, something much different, seeing the love between them or the playfulness of the child. And so that's been something that I have been experimenting with since today. And I want to encourage you to think about that as well. How can you incorporate that into your daily routine, or create a ritual around that of really fully bringing in that rest and renewal. And maybe one of the tools that will help us to do that is seeing softly. So would love to hear your thoughts on that. I hope that the week is going well for you and that 2023 has been an uneventful entry into a new year. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.